Hey guys, thought I'd come on and say a little bit of something about a video I watched from a friend that I'm subscribed to on YouTube. She's a lesbian, bisexual, not lesbian, but she's bisexual. And she was talking about a Tinder date she had, and she was talking about things she doesn't understand about lesbians. And I thought I would touch on that. And kind of clarify some things. I'm sure my MGTOW guys know some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, but just in case the lesbian feminists come on this page. She was talking about she didn't understand why the lesbians weren't more inclusive. That she was getting on a Tinder date, and she was talking about a Tinder horror story, where she got on a Tinder date and she noticed that one of her the people that she liked or whatever, in her comment section said she was looking for 100% feminists or 100% lesbians, and she didn't want bisexuals, she didn't want transgender, and she said she didn't understand that. And the way I would explain it, first of all, is most feminists are lesbians, and also they're very bigoted, especially when it comes towards men. Anything having to do with men, they're men haters. So they don't want anything to do with a man, and they don't want it to do with anybody that might like men, because men are the evil, they're the problem, and feminists are the solution, So like some stuff, they're very entitled. Anybody will tell you that. Feminists and lesbians are very entitled. And the way you can see that is LGBT. If you think about that, maybe I missed the boat, but isn't L and G the same thing? Isn't a lesbian gay? So why do you need L? Why can't it be just GBT? Gay, bisexual, trans. And why is the L first? Why is it LG? Why isn't it GLBT? Shouldn't gays come first, because gays are all inclusive and lesbians are a separate group? Shouldn't it? I would think it should be GBLT. Because lesbians are a group, transgender is a group, and bisexuals is a wider group, and gays are even wider. So you would think that's the way it should be pronounced. But somehow, some way, L became first, and that would, with the lesbian idea of what's going on and the dogma that is attached to being lesbian and feminist, that would 100% go with that agenda. She was talking about how she didn't understand that kind of thing, and it's very easy to understand if you take away the malaise of the dogma that is feminism, and if you start looking at it very critical, you'll start seeing that feminist malaise and hate towards men is really unjustified. I was having a discussion with one of my YouTubers today, one of my subs, and this girl got on, and she started talking. At first I thought she was cool, and she was just having a little bit of banter, but she was actually saying feminist rhetoric, and it started to go south very quickly. And she started saying that from one of the other videos that I did, I had said that some scientists had said that if men stopped everything they were doing in the world for 1 week, that we would be 3 years cleaning that mess up. That it would take us 3 years to get back to where we were the day they stopped working, and that would only be after a week. And she said that that was an unfounded statement, and that if men stopped doing that, that women would pick up the slack of all the men's jobs that they aren't able to do and have no knowledge of how to do it, and physically can't do most of the stuff that it takes to keep the world running, that they would take up the slack, and that women do enough of the jobs that men do, that if men did stop doing that, that women would pick up the slack, and that we would be fine. And that if women went away for a week, that it would be equal. That if women went away for a week, that the whole world would just end, and we'd be 3 years picking up the mess from women leaving their positions at work, at jobs, that men couldn't pick up the slack. And this is that feminist malaise, this idea that I somehow am so important as a woman to society, and men are so unimportant, that I can't even see past this dogma that is blocking my eyes, that everything that is done in society is done by men. And I mean things that make the society go. The water purification plants, the truck drivers, the sewage, the anything. I could go on for days and days talking about all the things. Trash trucks, everything. If you stop doing all that for a week, we would have famine, and disease. The water would fester, and nobody would have any water to drink. All the water would go to shit. Food would be not picked. Most of the food that's picked, the fresh fruit and fresh vegetables that are picked by Spanish men. So it would all go to shit. And women actually believe that it would be fine because women would take over. And this is the feminist rhetoric, the complete lack of a cognitive ability to see that the mindset they're in is just, it's unfathomable. It's close. It's really close to a feminist or to a fundamentalist Christian, and like a fundamentalist Muslim. Just this, like, Allah is gonna save me, and like I'm gonna get 76 versions and all this stuff when I die. And it's the same like mindset as that. These feminists have, when they spout off what they spout off, they just have no clue what they're talking about. And it goes into the vein of them not understanding how important males are in society, and how them pushing males out of society for the last 40 years is what's caused society to be what it is now. And they will keep pushing and keep pushing. And what's happening is the same thing that's happening with climate change. This is something that a lot of people don't see and don't understand. The climate that we're living in right now, it takes this long scientifically, it takes this long for the Earth to catch up with what we've done. It takes 25 years. So what we're living with right now is what we've done to the environment in 1990. And what happens is the pendulum will swing one day. And once it's swung, we can't get it to swing back because we've already done too much damage. That may have already happened. And the problem with feminism is the same thing. The pendulum may have already swung, but they keep pushing and keep pushing. And by the time they realize how far and how fucked up society is, they won't be able to push it back. It'll already be so fucked up that men will be gone, MGTOW will be what it is, we'll have sex bots and everything, and men won't want to have anything to do with women. And it'll be done. And it'll be so far gone that men won't even want to have women as girlfriends. They won't want to have sex with them. They won't want to give sperm because they might find out some way of changing laws to where if you have a sperm donor that you can make that man have to pay for your kids even though he's a sperm donor and doesn't even know you. So I mean, the whole fucking mechanism will fall before they even realize what they're doing to society. Same thing's happening here in Japan. They just keep pushing, and they keep saying it's men's fault. You know, everything is men's fault, and women have no stake in the outcome of what's going on because of patriarchy. You know, I have my victim card and patriarchy, and I have the pussy pass, and oh, woe is me, I'm a victim. You know, so she wanted to know why she doesn't understand some stuff about lesbians. I don't understand it either, but feminism, you know, it's kind of like when you talk about religion, you know, faith, you know, the same statement as faith, lesbians, there you go. That's what it is. It is what it is. So thought I'd come on and kind of show that. I'll put it in the description below if you want to watch her video or whatever and check her out. She's obviously a girl, so she talks a lot about makeup and shit like that, but she also talks about relevant issues. If you guys want to check her out, I'll leave her video in the section below. Thanks for watching. Share, like, and subscribe. Comment in the section below if you got any questions, comments. I'm sure I'll have some feminists on here that'll comment. So thanks.